Assalamu alaikum and welcome back, dear students. In our last lecture, we carefully defined logistics and supply chain management and highlighted their different scopes. Today, we move at a step further to examine the economic significance. In other words, why logistics and supply chain matter so much for the prosperity of nations, businesses, and even individual households. We will also look at global and local trends that are shaping their role in today's interconnected world. By the end of this lecture, you should be able to explain the economic contribution of logistics and supply chain at the global level, recognize their importance in Pakistan's economy, identify major global and local trends that affect logistics and supply chain. Imagine Pakistan is exporting a container of mangoes from Multan to Dubai. The fruit is world famous, but if trucks are delayed, roads are damaged, or port handling is inefficient, what happens? The mangoes may spoil. Exporters face higher costs. The buyer may switch to another country like India or Egypt. So tell me, is it the mango itself that creates value, or is it the supply chains that ensures it reaches the buyer fresh and on time? This example shows us that logistics and supply chain are not side activities. They are central to economic performance, competitiveness, and customer trust. Let's talk about economic significance in a global context. Globally, logistics and supply chain play a massive role in shaping economies. Let's break this down. Number 1, contribution to GDP. In advanced economies, logistics costs are about 8 to 10% of GDP, showing how efficiently goods move. And in developing economies, including Pakistan, costs are much higher, around 18 to 20% of GDP, which makes exports less competitive. To give perspective, reducing logistics cost by just 1% of GDP can save billions of dollars for a country. Number 2, facilitating trade. Efficient supply chains make global trade possible. Without them, international commerce would collapse. According to the World Bank's Logistics and Performance Index, countries with strong logistics systems such as Germany, Singapore, and China dominate global trade. For example, Singapore, though a small country, has become a global logistics hub due to its efficient ports and their cargo facilities. Number 3, job creation and economic activity. Millions of jobs worldwide exist in transport, warehousing, freight forwarding, custom clearance, e-commerce, and last mile delivery. In global manufacturing hubs like China and Vietnam, entire economies rely on efficient supply chains to keep exports following. The growth of companies like Amazon, Alibaba, and DHL shows how logistics has become one of the fastest growing employment sectors. For example, China became the factory of the world not only because of low-cost labor but also because of its world-class supply chains. Advanced ports, vast highways, supplier networks, and special economic zones. Let's talk about a local example in a Pakistani context. Number 1, high logistics cost. Pakistan spends nearly 20% of GDP on logistics, almost double that of developed countries. Inefficient roads, outdated railways, poor custom clearance, and port bottlenecks make goods expensive and less competitive in global market. Exports and global markets. Key exports such as textile, leather good, rice, surgical instruments, and mangoes depend heavily on reliable logistics. Without efficient cold chains and speedy transport, exporters struggle to meet international standards. Number 3, domestic trade and food security. Supply chains move food from farms to urban markets. Weak logistics result in 30 to 40% post-harvest losses in fruits and vegetables. Improving supply chains mean better incomes for farmers, reduced waste, and lower food inflation for consumers. Number 4, employment and entrepreneurship. The logistics sector provides jobs for truck drivers, warehouse staff, custom agents, software developers, and delivery riders. Pakistani startups like Baikia, TCS, Daraz Logistics, and previously Airlift are shaping the last mile delivery and urban logistics. The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor (CPEC) is not just about building highways, railways, and Gwadar Port, but it is a strategic plan to lower logistics costs, reduce delivery times, and position Pakistan as a regional trade hub connecting China, Central Asia, and the Middle East. So, now we see some global trends in logistics and supply chain management. The world of logistics is changing rapidly. Let's review the main global trends. Number 1, globalized supply chains. Companies today source raw materials, manufacture products, and sell goods across continents. For example, an iPhone may use chips from Taiwan, screens from South Korea, assembly in China, and sales worldwide. However, global supply chains also face risks. COVID-19 lockdowns, the Russia-Ukraine war showed how vulnerable trade routes can be. Number 2, technology and digitalization. Big data, AI, robotics, drones, and blockchains are making supply chains smarter, faster, and more transparent. Real-time tracking improves customer satisfaction and reduces theft, delays, and wastage. For example, Amazon's use of AI and robotics has transformed warehousing and delivery systems globally. Number 3, sustainability and green supply chains. Global buyers now demand eco-friendly practices like reduced carbon footprints, electric vehicles, recyclable packaging, and energy-efficient warehouses. Firms that ignore sustainability may lose contracts with environmentally conscious buyers. Number 4, resilience and risk management. Earlier, supply chains focused mainly on cost efficiency, but now the priority is resilience, the ability to survive shocks. Companies are diversifying suppliers and creating backup systems to handle sudden disruptions. So, let's see some local trends in Pakistan. At the local level, several trends are emerging. Number 1, e-commerce growth. Platforms like Daraz, Foodpanda, Metro Online, and Cheetah are creating massive demand for efficient last-mile logistics. However, they also raise concerns about traffic congestion, packaging waste, and environmental impact. Number 2, urbanization and rising demand. With over 40% of Pakistan population in cities, supply chains must feed large urban centers like Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad every day. This puts so much pressure on transportation, storage, and distribution network. Number 3, infrastructure development. CPEC related projects, highways, railways, and Gwadar Port are being developed to integrate Pakistan with regional trade. If implemented efficiently, these projects can reduce costs and boost exports. Number 4. Cold chain and agriculture. Pakistan is the fifth largest producer of milk and one of the largest producers of fruits, yet it struggles with poor cold chains. Investment in solar powered cold storage and refrigerated trucks is helping exporters meet international standards. Number 5. Logistics startups. Startups like Baikia and Trax Logistics are improving last mile connectivity. Their success shows how technology driven logistics can empower small businesses and even home based entrepreneurs. So, dear students, the economic role and the trends shaping logistics cannot be studied separately. If Pakistan reduces logistics costs from 20% to even 15% of GDP, it would save billions of rupees annually. If exporters adopt sustainable practices, they can secure bigger contracts in Europe and North America. And if we adopt modern technologies, our supply chains can become competitive, efficient, and resilient. In short, logistics and supply chain are not just support functions. They are drivers of economic growth, competitiveness, and access to global markets. So, today we explored how logistics and supply chain management carry major economic significance. They drive GDP, trade, employment, and competitiveness. Let's conclude with this. Always remember, a nation's economic future depends not only on what it produces, but also on how efficiently and sustainability it moves and delivers those goods. Thank you. Let's take this discussion further in our forum.